This week, Samsung made the official launch of these new laptops. We are talking about the Samsung Galaxy Book 4, and here we tell you all the news of this great event. This Thursday, April 18th, was the official launch of the new Samsung laptops, a renewal in which we were also considered for the launch of these incredible products, which not only the renewed in terms of what is in generation of processors, more powerful for example, with what are their graphic cards or dedicated cards in some of these models, but mainly some completely new and renewed features such as the one that will now offer the incorporation of Copilot within the same windows and the power of artificial intelligence of Samsung, which really left us quite surprised. We were able to see here some of the stand with the latest generation of all devices of the brand, mainly their new smartwatches, the new smartphones, specifically the S24 Ultra, which is the top of the range, the flagship that they are presenting at this time with respect to what is telephony. But now we are seeing just the flagship of the range with respect to the world of laptop, in this case the Book 4. There are 4 specific models, starting with the Samsung Galaxy Book 4. It is the most basic edition, and from there it is progresses. They are scaling in different models. We move to the Pro model, after the Pro model we have the Pro 360, and finally we move to the Ultra, which will be the top of the range of the series. The dynamics of the event itself was quite interesting because this time really what was the product presentation with its technical specification and elements to highlight was something that was reduced in time. It was straight to the point, clear, precise and concise, so that we could really live the experience with the products of the various stands that were available to live the experience with each of the laptops. The event begins with the greetings of the general managers of Samsung in Chile, Mr. Anthony Johnston, who finally welcomed us and thus gives the start to this launch, where we can also highlight that some of the most recognized influencers by Samsung, who already had an approach and experience with these laptops. They share with us through these videos what were their experiences, what are really the highlights of this new series of laptops that Samsung will be offering for the Chilean and international market, and in general, what were the good experiences they had during this period they were testing these laptops. Next, the Samsung product manager also welcomed us and introduced us to Samsung integrated ecosystem, highlighting the complete line of products and how each one is integrated into the ecosystem, how smartphones are linked to tablets, and now also the incorporation of these laptops to the existing ecosystem, and that finally all this is much more enhanced with the use and implementation of artificial intelligence. So that finally one of the most important partners that Samsung has in this time in the development of these products and services is the one who will be able to offer these laptops to the Chilean and international markets, and that finally all this is much more enhanced with the use and implementation of artificial intelligence. We are referring to Intel, who was represented by the manager in Chile, who mentioned all the benefits and potentialities what the new generations of Intel processors will offer in these devices that we will soon be enjoying in our domestic market. In addition, the importance of graphics was highlighted, not only those associated with the Intel chip, but also those associated with NVIDIA. So really what we saw here at the event and the launch was the capabilities and the precise and the most relevant features of each laptop, and did not delve into them, so that we could get to know each of the different models through experience each of both. There are 4 varieties within the Galaxy Book 4 segment. We start with the entry-level model, which is the Galaxy Book 4, and then move on to the Galaxy Book 4 Pro. The next model is the Galaxy Book 4 Pro 360, and finally we will have the top of the range of the series, which will be the Galaxy Book 4 Ultra. The starting price of this Galaxy Book 4 is $943 US, a laptop that will have a 15.6-inch Full HD screen with an Intel Core 7 processor, with 8 GB of RAM that are soldered to the board and 512 GB of storage. This laptop will have Copilot, And also, all that is the power of the artificial intelligence of Samsung. Among the ports that the machine has, we highlight two mainly, that is the microSD slot, that if we remember correctly, will be able to recognize up to 1 terabyte in what is microSD memory, and also this model will have on the left side with the RJ45 port, which is the most appreciated in what is in terms of connectivity. The next version of the Galaxy Book 4 is the Galaxy Book 4 Pro, which has other differences and other technical specifications totally different from the starter model of the range. The starting price of this model is $2,095 and this price is mainly because we have a much more powerful processor. We are talking about an Intel Core 7 model, specifically the Ultra 7 155H, which reaches up to 4.8 GHz and has 24 megabytes of cache. It also an Intel Arc graphics built into what is the chassis of the machine and has a 16-inch AMOLED screen that also reaches resolution of 2K, a screen that is also anti-reflective and also has a touch panel, therefore is a touch screen, anti-glare, great resolution and great response rate. As for its RAM memory, it is also soldered to the motherboard. That yes is a standout that it's a LPDDR5X model and has a 512GB SSD storage, obviously in the NVMe format. Another of the things that we can also highlight of this incredible laptop that has a quad speakers that come with a woofer, also 5 watts, Bluetooth 5.3, connection plus Thunderbolt ports in USB Type-C, and also has an HDMI port that is compatible even with monitors to 8K and 60Hz refresh rate. Even can also transmit to 5K with frequency rate of 120 Hz. Then those are the factors that finally make this laptop is quite more expensive than the starter laptop of the range. The next member of this family of laptops that was presented at this launch event is the Galaxy Book 4 Pro 360, whose name indicates one of the most remarkable capabilities or versatility of this model. The list price of this laptop is $2,304 and it will have a powerful Intel Core Ultra 7 155H processor whose maximum peak speed will be 4.8 GHz and will have 24 megabytes of cache. And Intel Arc graphics inside into the laptop. It's a standout of having a 16-inch AMOLED screens with a resolution of 2K anti-reflective, and it's also a touch panel that is compatible with the S Pen, one of the versatility that differentiates it from the rest of the models in the series. It will have 16 GB of RAM soldered to the motherboard and 512 GB in SSD NVMe format storage. It is also a very important alternative that we are mentioning here, because in addition of this versatility, also has quad speakers with a 5 watt woofer with 2 watts tweeter, and also has a digital microphone among other versatility more. It has, like the rest of his brothers, with a Bluetooth with the 5.3 versions and several compatible ports, including the HDMI port, whose connectivity allows connections to a 8K screen at 60 Hz of refresh rate, and can also to be projected on 5K screen at 120 Hz. It has a full keyboard, includes the numeric keypad. Obviously it is also backlit, but when folding to the screen completely to the rear end of the back of the screen to the rear on the back of the body of this laptop, the keyboard is completely locked, so that we can support this laptop on the keyboard part against any surface and to recharge without any problem on the screen to draw or do any kind of work that we need to do with your touch screen. It has a weight of 1.66 kilos, and really what left us a very surprises. It just has versatility to fold completely or to place in different positions. Since this hinge allows us, its name suggests, can be folded in 360 degrees the screen, which makes it very versatile for many types of work, precisely if you are a content creator, for example, or maybe you are also a graphic artist or a technical draftsman, and you need to work with this kind of tools. This will be your ideal choice. And so we finally get to the last model of this family of notebooks. We are talking about the flagship of the series, the Galaxy Book 4 Ultra. This laptop will have a list of price of $2,830, and inside it has an Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, model 155H, that reaches the maximum peak speed of 4.8 GHz and also has 24 MB of cache. Unlike the previous model, this one will have a dedicated graphics. We are talking about a 6GB NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 GPU, which also has a boost clock of 2055 MHz. This device also has a 16-inch AMOLED display whose resolution is 2K, anti-reflective, and which is also touch type panel. It has 16GB of RAM, also recalls soldered motherboard, but unlike previous models, in terms of what in storage, will have a capacity of 1TB of storage in SSD NVMe format. I will also have the option to be able to expand even its storage, since it will also has a slot to be able to add the same type of storage format to expand the storage of this laptop. It will also have quad speakers with a woofer of 5 watts, plus 2 tweeters of 2 watts, Bluetooth in version 5.3, and like these brothers will also have an HDMI port that will be compatible with monitors with 8K and 5K. In addition, we have 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, among other things, as well as a microSD port, headphone jacks, full keyboard with built-in numeric keypad, obviously backlit, which for intense work tasks is also appreciated to have numeric keyboards, a fingerprint reader, among other more important things to highlight of this laptop. The DSS will be a little bit heavier than the rest of the laptops. We were talking about 1.85 kilos of weight, as this is true monster developed by Samsung, but we think it's totally worth it. Obviously, these machines also has an ambient light sensor that will adapt to the illumination of the screen according to the environment in which we are facing. So friends, this was the launch event of these 4 models of the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 range. We are really surprised with the launch of these laptops, because you will know that our last laptop of Samsung is the RF511, and it's a machine of more than 14 years old. But in this event, not everything was hardware and filters, but we also saw the power of artificial intelligence of these machines. We could see in fullness how they work separately: the graphics, the CPU and the neural engine, which is power dedicated only to what is artificial intelligence in all these machines. Here we were able to test mainly using the webcam, work directly with what is the fast autofocus, dynamic, background blur, bokeh effects with the camera built into the body of the laptop. We were able to see the graphics and the results we got from the NPU work. Not only we could see all this versatility, but we could also see the power of the artificial intelligence to be able to restore all photographs. For example, these photographs from the 90s from very old magazines like TV Grama. That took us to nostalgic memories of our childhood, when Mundo Mágico still existed, and we could see, for example, a photo that had a loss of noise that was not very sharp, but well, it was the best technology that existed at that time to capture that image. Finally, now with the power of artificial intelligence, we could rescue that photograph. Artificial intelligence, as you can see, fills in the colors, fills in the spaces, saturates the colors, makes them come back to life. In other words, it finally revitalizes a totally low quality photograph of the past and optimizes it with the standards we are working with them in terms of image quality in our times. Therefore, not only it is capable of doing important work with Copilot, but also the artificial intelligence is intuitive enough to be able to help us even to recover images like the one where we are showing you here, or even images where you can see Los Prisioneros, a Chilean music band on this photograph, whose image is much more complex to work with, because if you notice here, there is more contour, there is more illumination, we have more shadows, there is more detail, for example in the electric guitar, or also for example the trees, the treetops and the details of the leaves. Here we see that artificial intelligence takes a little longer, but the results obtained are quite surprising. From the experience in this event, we were surprised by the result of the artificial intelligence engines of these laptops. For example, the Book 4 Pro is a very light but powerful laptop. With this, we were able to test artificial intelligence. This 14-inch computer stands out not only for its design, but also for its quality and efficiency. But it is impressive the quality and the performance that has both of the processor and the artificial intelligence associated with this laptop, and also that it also has the touch screen that, in addition to being anti-glare, greatly enhances and speed up of the work of having a touch screen. Also, what we were able to experience with the Book 4 Pro 360 that we could draw and leave us totally surprised, the fact that we could fold it completely and that the keyboard automatically locks when the screen is fully folded, and also was compatible with the S Pens. But not only that, but the fact that you can also have a smartphone of the latest generation, and it doesn't matter, is the most impressive thing of all. That is, you can have, for example, the A35, or you can have the A55, you can have the S24 or the latest S24 Ultra, and you can drag and drop many files quickly, or you can, for example, as the Samsung trainer is showing here, you can make selection of choose certain colors or certain shades to be able to work directly on your computer. So, the integration between the devices of the same brand is also much faster. It has better linkage, better integration between the different peripherals and between the different devices of the brand, so that you can optimize the experience on your users. And that really left us totally surprised, and it was a pleasant experience, the level of the integration of that Samsung is presenting today with all these products, and it's something that we know that is been working for many years. But remember that we were just in this year close to Samsung. So for us, this is a totally new experience, and that we are very happy with the integration that Samsung is presenting today with all its products. It's a totally new experience, and we are living and we are sharing to you in all our social media, guys. So, this was the launch event of the Book 4 series, these incredible laptops from Samsung. We hope in the short term to have some of these 4 models to do the corresponding unboxing, the complete review, to have a better experience with Samsung's artificial intelligence, because already in this event we were quite surprised. You just saw our faces of how we were with the experience we had regarding this launch and the fact of testing the machines in real time and see how we could do. Not only a little bit of gaming, but we could also see the integration of products, we could see the integration with artificial intelligence in action, and that is, we could see in a short time to full exploit each of the features of these laptops. So if you have any kind of doubts or question regarding the information we are sharing with you, leave them in the comments box so that we can also investigate and answer them for consulting directly with the Samsung managers so that they can answer your question directly. So friends, this was the launch event of the Samsung Book 4 series. If you like this video, please give us a like, subscribe and activate the notification bell, so you don't miss each of the content that we upload on this social network, and take the opportunity to share this content with people you think may also be useful. See you in the next video, telling you about a new product, some unboxing, a review, or any kind of technological content. Take care, my friends, a huge hug for you, and see you later. Bye bye.